We are told that the world runs on competition. You wake up, you choose between an iPhone or an Android. You drink a Coke or a Pepsi, you fly Delta or United, you bank with Chase or Wells Fargo. It feels like a free market. It feels like a choice. But what if I told you that choice is an illusion? What if I told you that behind the curtain of every major industry, every war, every housing crisis, and every political shift, there is a single entity pulling the strings? They aren't a bank. They aren't a government. They are something much, much more powerful. Most people have never heard their name. But right now, they own a piece of the house you live in. They own a piece of the car you drive. They own the news station you watch. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is the math of the modern world. Today, we are going to look into the eyes of the beast. We are going to expose the $10 trillion ghost that has quietly conquered the planet. This is the story of BlackRock. To understand how big this company is, humans are bad at visualizing numbers. So let's break it down. If you stacked $1 million in $100 bills, it would be about the height of a chair. If you stacked $1 billion, it would reach the sky. But BlackRock manages assets worth over $10 trillion. That is more than the GDP of Japan, more than Germany, more than the United Kingdom. In fact, if BlackRock were a country, it would be the third richest nation on Earth, trailing only the United States and China. But wealth isn't just money. Wealth is control. When you look at the shareholders of the biggest companies in the world, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, Google, you will see the same two names at the very top of the list, every single time: BlackRock and Vanguard. And who owns Vanguard? BlackRock is a major shareholder. They are the monopoly that no one talks about. They own the competitors. They profit when Pfizer sells a vaccine, and they profit when you buy the treatment for the side effects. They profit when a weapons manufacturer sells a missile, and they profit from the construction companies rebuilding the city that missile destroyed. They are playing both sides of the chessboard, and they never lose. But how did they get this powerful? How did one firm, started in a tiny office in 1988 by a man named Larry Fink, become the operating system of capitalism? The secret isn't in the people, it's in the machine. Deep inside their headquarters in Runaway Bay, there is a computer system. It is known as Aladdin. This isn't just a database. It is perhaps the most sophisticated artificial intelligence risk management system ever built. Aladdin tracks everything. It monitors every stock trade, every bond, every shift in inflation, every drought in farm country, and every political election. It simulates millions of scenarios every single second to predict the future. It has become so powerful that even the Federal Reserve, the central bank of the United States, comes to BlackRock for help when the economy crashes. When the 2008 financial crisis hit, the US government didn't know what to do with the toxic assets. So who did they call? They called Larry Fink. They asked BlackRock to clean up the mess. Think about that. The government of the most powerful country on Earth had to hire a private company to save the economy. That was the moment the balance of power shifted forever. The servant became the master. But you might be sitting there thinking, okay, so they are rich. How does this actually affect me? It affects you because they are changing the very concept of ownership. You have probably heard the phrase, "You will own nothing and you will be happy." BlackRock is aggressively buying up single-family homes across America. They are purchasing entire neighborhoods, paying 20 to 30% above asking price, effectively outbidding regular families. Why? Because they don't want you to own a home. They want you to rent, a subscription lifestyle. When you own a home, you have independence. When you rent, you are a source of perpetual revenue. They are turning the American dream into a monthly service fee. And because they manage the retirement funds for half the country, they hold the financial fate of millions in their hands. They can force companies to adopt their political ideologies through something called ESG scores. If a CEO doesn't do what BlackRock wants, BlackRock can threaten to dump their stock, tanking the company overnight. They can force changes in culture, media, and production simply by moving money around on a spreadsheet. They have become the fourth branch of government, unelected, unaccountable, and largely invisible. The terrifying truth isn't that there is a secret cabal of villains meeting in a dark room. The truth is much colder. The world is being run by an algorithm designed to maximize efficiency and control, regardless of the human cost. Larry Fink, the CEO, once said in an interview that markets like totalitarian governments. Why? Because democracies are messy. Democracies are unpredictable. But control Control is profitable. So, where do we go from here? The first step is seeing the strings. Once you realize that the choices you are offered, in the supermarket, in the voting booth, in the media, are curated by the same financial giant, you start to see the matrix for what it is. They have built an empire on our passivity. They bank on the fact that we are too distracted by social media wars and political tribalism to notice that the money has all flowed to the top. BlackRock is the ghost in the machine. They are the architects of the modern world. And as long as we remain asleep, the machine will keep running. The question is no longer, who runs the world? We know the answer. The real question is, can we ever take it back?